Ioli. I'm here with just a few minutes of practical wisdom to help you pause out of your busy day and think about ways to maximize your personal and your leadership effectiveness. As an executive coach, one of the things I do quite often is gather and deliver feedback for people. I'm told repeatedly that I give feedback that is quite difficult to hear in a way that is both appreciated and actually leaves the person feeling good about the experience. And that's probably a little difficult to do. Today, I'm not going to discuss how to give feedback or the steps in giving feedback, because that's a separate episode. But what I'd like to share with you in today's episode is one thing that I think is a critical element to giving someone feedback successfully, and actually giving someone difficult feedback successfully, and allowing them to appreciate it and feel good about the experience. Often when we deliver feedback, we have a need to tell someone why the feedback is correct, why we are right, how we know we are right and how we know this, and what we think he or she should do differently. We gather a list of evidence, either through interviews or someone told us this, or we have an assessment report, and we rattle off the data to the person so that the person gets it, and so that it also validates the feedback that we're giving them, and it validates us as the person giving the feedback. Our evidence and data is at the center, and so is our need to show that what we're saying is true. Think of it a little differently. The data we gather, or the data we have, and we have as feedback, just is. It's really neutral when you think about it. It isn't right or wrong. It isn't true, and it isn't untrue. All the data is, it's a reflection of someone's perception, or a group of people's perception, of the impact the person we're giving feedback to, behaviors, actions, or speech, is having on a given moment in time in a particular context. Period. So when you're being of service to the person, it means that you're acknowledging this neutrality, and it puts the other person, or the person receiving the feedback, in the center and in a place of choice of what to do with the feedback. So what you're really conveying to them is this: what you are saying and doing in this context with these people is having this impact. This is the perception it's leaving. So that's your data. Is this the impact and the perception you want to have? If not, how can you adjust your behavior or your speech or your actions to change the perception and have a different impact, closer to what you want? There's the place of choice. You notice the difference? It's not about proving. It's about, here's the neutrality of the data. Here's your place of choice. This neutrality puts the person in a place of choice and separates his or her self-esteem from the feedback. It's also of service because it acknowledges the subjectivity of the observations, but doesn't dilute the reality of the perception. Try thinking about these things the next time you're in a position to offer feedback to someone. Is it in service of the person? Is it neutral? Or is it in service of your need to be right and of you? And always remember this: each and every moment you have a choice in what you say, what you do, and how you make people feel. Pause and make those choices wisely, because those choices, each and every moment, are who you become.